Who's around right now, baby, right now? Do an improv, baby, right now, now, now. Who's around right now, baby, right now? Do an improv, baby, right now, 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 now.
Hi, Bowler.
Hi, LG. We have 4 people watching already. Yay.
Hi, people. Oh, look, one of them is Melissa
on.
Bowler.
They're coming on. Yeah, I might be one of them. We can't.
But our friend Miranda is here. Hi, Miranda.
Yes. Hi, Miranda. And we actually, audience, we already have a guest in the Site-Proof booth because we are opening our show immediately with a guessing game starring Ian Martin, who has to get to a meeting. So we are accommodating his small time schedule, put him immediately into a Site-Proof booth. And audience, we're going to ask you right at the top of the show, tell us the name of some very specific leftovers that could be in a fridge. And then Ian's going to have to guess those leftovers that he is reheating at work as we speak, based on how LG, myself, and audience, you describe them. So name some specific leftovers, put those comments in now, and then, so LG, I'm excited for the show. We're starting it sort of strangely by immediately launching into a game. Usually we have time to warm up, but just like Ian, if you want to be on the show and you have a time crunch, we will accommodate you. So you can email us right now if you want to get on air, even if you don't have a time crunch, even if you're just relaxing at home. Email imaroundnow@gmail.com.
I don't know what day of the week it is. I barely know what month it is. If you are just around and understand this space and time, email
us. One of my neighbors just rudely started mowing their lawn, so I need to shut this window first.
Okay. I am looking at I see two things, and I see our guest backstage. Ian is not looking, so he's in our Site-Proof booth. So these are the two things. I just like their
what did you pick?
I'm gonna combine. I'm actually gonna do these two because the first two were so good but so similar. We had some group mind going. So let's do this one,
that one,
and this one.
Okay. That seems good to me.
These are the two things that Ian, in real life, a respectable work colleague would never do this, but he is putting these two things
in the microwave too.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Now, when we stayed at a hotel for if you guys were around last week, you remember we talked about what the hell happened.
Yep.
And at our hotel, there was this is not a bit there. The microwave had a metal rack in it. Okay. That's a real leftover in her fridge. Okay. So now can we flood the chat with emojis or reactions to the fact that they wanted us to burn down the hotel?
Yeah, why would they put a metal rack in the microwave? It looked like a toaster oven situation to me.
It looked like a toaster oven situation. But it was clearly a microwave. It was not a dual operating thing. It was a microwave, to be clear. If we had operated it with that inside, it would have had to evacuate at least the floor.
I agree. I feel like there was no toaster oven setting. It was thank you, Trevor. It was those Deans at that hotel.
Deans.
They're trying to start fires. That was my theory as well. It's like fire starting Deans.
Deans, stop. No.
But remember, don't forget, if you want to drop in the show today, I'm around now at gmail.com. Email us if you have even a few minutes. We've got 2 different games later in the show you can jump on for anytime you want. Okay, so I think we're getting ready to get started to bring Ian back from our soundproof booth, our Site-Proof booth.
So, Ian, you're ready there? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna bring him in.
Hi.
Hello. How is everybody?
Good. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for accommodating my weird schedule.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
We're excited to have. We love pulling people out of work because
nice.
it's the only way we can really, take back, I think.
We support time theft. Now, we being Bowler and LG, not Providence Improv Guild, which is a 501c3, does not support time theft. We speak not for them, just for us.
Sure.
LG, real quick though, did you just fall into a well?
You're echoing.
You're echoing.
You're echoing.
Who's echoing?
I don't hear an echo. Maybe it's me.
Ian's not echoey. I'm not echoey. It's definitely Bowler. Put in the comments who's echoey.
I can hear myself as echoey. Something.
I'm gonna mute my speakers. I won't be able to hear you. See if the echo goes away.
Does the echo go away?
We're both the problem.
We're both the problem. No, it's clearly Ian. That's Ian's speakers.
It's me. Yeah, my speakers are kind of underneath my. Let me see if I can move it a little bit.
Are they left over from your gaming setup in 2001?
Oh, are they under your mic? The speakers are under your mic?
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Well,
this is the by the way, I don't know if we said it. We did say it. Yeah, we did say it.
This week's show is brought to you by The Well. We are in The Well currently, all three of us, and thanks for joining us down here, everybody.
Is this what it's like to be raptured?
This is exactly what it's like to be raptured.
No, it's not. It's what it's like to be left behind or left over.
Like the leftover show. Here we are, the leftover show.
Look at that.
Okay, so Ian, we have
leftovers.
2 leftovers from our audience.
Okay.
We're going to try to get you to guess what they are, that you are heating up simultaneously in the microwave.
Okay.
Because honestly, you don't have good work boundaries. If I'm just going to bring it up now based on these 2 things heating up.
I have an HR file this long.
Exactly. Audience, if you have some clues for either of those 2 secret leftovers, you can type them into the comments. We will pull them up so that Ian can see them. And Ian will also give you some clues based on what we're seeing and stuff. Are you ready to get started?
I am.
Okay.
Okay, and this, if I may, this scene is, we are moon colleagues.
We're moon colleagues?
Uh-huh.
We're on the moon, on space station, heating up the microwave.
Yeah.
Ian, do you realize how small it is in here? There's like exact amount of air, and you're stinking up all of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just really need iodine. I need a lot of iodine, and so that means that I'm eating some fish.
I mean, that would have been smart, but we privatized and had Blue Origin pack all of our meals. So no, we don't have any fish, Ian.
Oh, I'm sorry. I really don't mean to be stinking up and making this place inhospitable.
For me,
I don't mean to make it inhospitable by jumping at you. Sorry.
I don't know if maybe I just have like a garlic sensitivity. I think that's part of it. I feel like I could smell. Is there garlic in this? Because I feel like I smell a lot of it.
Yeah, there's at least 40 cloves in it.
Oh, that's supposed to last us till the end of the mission. That's supposed to resupply our great grandchildren's clones.
I apologize. I didn't realize. I thought we each got our own supply and we could use it as we please. So I decided to use my full ration all at once.
So, did you use all of the pine nuts as well?
Well, yeah, that's how you make pesto.
Yeah, I mean, it is, but you don't have to make enough pesto for like 18 colonies on the moon. You don't have to do that. How many?
No, I like making it once and being done. Making a big batch is the way to go.
We don't have storage space for leftovers on the moon.
Yeah, and it's just and honestly, it's already rude to have used up that much yeast too. It's like what I noticed the yeast was missing a lot. Did you mess up a few times and had to like make extra?
It's hard to have leavening happen in the atmosphere here,
Yes. We know that.
I know. I didn't. I'll be honest with you. I paid a lot of attention to like what we were going to be doing here, but not a lot of attention to like the physics. So I should probably put that out there right now. When we were taking training, when we were doing our training, I kind of zoned out in cooking and physics and that sort of thing. So I'm kind of just shooting from the hip here.
I mean, that's one thing. I just feel like everyone's heard about the national issues with.
Yeah.
I mean, why there was a shortage. There was a
shortage of bread, absolutely, and I just I kind of wanted to surprise you both. I said, well, there may be shortage, but up here we could have bread. We could have bread and
more of. We can make more of that. And also with that type of bread, physics is really important. If you're going to throw it up and have it come back down, maybe it needs to come back down quickly.
You have to breed and hatch. You know what I mean? To create more. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a thing.
So like a sourdough starter kind of thing.
I mean, if you want to have like a bougie version of it, but Blue Origin money does not come to us. It goes to our boss. It doesn't.
Got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could have made multiple portions.
I know. I'm just worried. Like, where are the other 7 pieces?
Thank you.
Oh. Well, I got hungry, and I sample. I had to sample a lot, so I ended up with the portions that I have. But I slathered that pesto on the bread, and had some of that.
I feel like I get your hesitancy to like I know that traditionally it's defined as it's got to have tomato sauce and mozzarella, and like that's like the only ingredients, right?
Yeah.
But I think we can kind of like use the common term here, okay? Like,
yeah. So all right. So pizza, right? So
exactly. Like, I understand it's not technically a pizza, but like.
Got you.
You made a pizza. You heated up a piece of pizza, and it's just like, I think that the insult is the kind of pizza. That's the thing I'm having a hard time.
Well, yeah, I got you. Is it? Yeah. Well, I've never been one to be traditional with my toppings on pizza, and I thought this looked really good. And the other thing is that I'm from Connecticut, and I do slice it in squares, and I know that's a big controversy. Are you angry with that?
I personally, I don't want to speak for Bowler, but ILG, I'm not angry about the squares. I am angry about. Bowler mentioned the supply chain issue. I mean, how many? You can't kill them all for one good meal. Slather some pesto on there and call it a date night. You can't do it.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, I mean, this like pesto pizza, like it's just like, it'd be one thing if it was just a pesto pizza.
Right.
I think for like, at least for me, it's like that's a protein source that you used up a lot of in your pizza trials, because it sounds like you've made multiple doughs. It sounds like you're making multiple batches of pesto, and like, did you use up all that? That's like one of our only.
Did you put pesto in the?
So.
Did you put pesto in the pastries?
No, maybe. I had a lot. Like I said, I made a lot of pesto, so I had to put it in different places. I actually used it as spackling in one place as well. So, but back to this. So there's only so many sources of protein up here, and I needed something. So yeah, I went ahead and I did a slaughtering. Could it have? I'm honestly forgetting the animal that I slaughtered. Is it? I think it was a lamb. No.
Just a bunch of animals hatch. Is that what it is? You're just forgetting it because like. a lot of animals are like low in supply right now and are like in hatch, and that is just
Yeah. You
so
literally, all of our eggs were in one basket, and our basket was the moon.
yes.
Oh, okay. So you didn't like that I used chicken. Yeah. So pesto chicken pizza.
We did
Yes.
not like that, Ian.
I didn't like it. I didn't like that. And then also I was just, the other leftover was fine because we had extra of it, but why would you put it in the microwave? It just gets all melty, and now the whole microwave stinks. That's not a microwaved thing. You don't reheat. That's a cold dish. You don't reheat that.
And the metal tin, you broke the microwave. We can't use that the rest of the time here because we need the parts to survive.
I'm sorry for getting angry. I could feel myself getting angry. I'm sorry for that. You don't put metal in the microwave.
You don't put metal in the microwave.
It doesn't matter if it's spring loaded or what. You don't put metal in the microwave.
So you didn't like that I used, I reheated the cake in there?
I didn't like that.
I think I reheated. I think if it was regular cake, fine, because I think it would have
You
been
could have
warm.
taken that slice out and put it on a plate.
Yeah.
Ian.
This just melts, and then it's like sticky, and the crust is still there, and you're like, oh, I gotta scrape this off the microwave.
That was my bad. I really thought, I love melted cheese, and we're having pizza, so I thought, let me reheat this cheesecake, and then it would complement, the hot mozzarella with the cheesecake.
Well, it backfired.
It backfired, yeah. And I'll tell you, it did stink. You are right.
It did. Now, listen, and I know you got to get going, so we won't keep you, but just a little of common sense, shared space. That's all.
I'll do better. I will do better.
And I know you will. This is a long mission, okay? We
got a long mission here, and I got off on the wrong foot. But again, I'm gonna try to read up on outer space cooking and do better. And yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
You're welcome.
All right. Ian Martin, everybody!
Yay! Ian, oh wait, I have a thing for you. You are this week's most around us. Wow.
Look at that.
Thank you so much
honored.
for joining us. Have a great meeting. Tell them we all said hi. And,
all right.
And then if you just want to stream this from the meeting, that's fine. That's totally fine.
You got it. You got it.
For them.
Yeah.
This is for you.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
And I wanted to show everybody that Bowler is not out of the, Bowler makes leftovers too, and these are some of the leftovers that well, I want to note that Bowler, you're really creative with the tinfoil. I think it's a waste of resources to use tinfoil to make doggy bags, but I see a few in there that are really cute.
Yeah, I made a Triceratops one and a rocking horse one back that you see on my mantle.
Yeah. Oh, is that what that is? Oh, okay.
That really stunk. That actually really started to rot and stink after a while. So that was really.
What were the leftovers in it that you?
It was a steak. It was from Bugaboo Creek. There are not even many Bugaboo Creeks around, but when you find one, you got to go to one.
I had to kiss the moose on my 18th birthday at Bugaboo Creek Steakhouse. Mom and Dad, if you're watching, I love you.
You had to.
I had to. Well, the moose came. I didn't have as much of a sense of boundaries and my own sense of self and how I could.
You brought the puppet moose around?
It was a big moose. It was a big moose head. Yeah. Roy, great puppeteer, makes good puppets. The Bugaboo Creek Steakhouse, Bugaboo Boo, very frightening. Do not recommend. Do not kiss.
Do not recommend. I used to work at Bugaboo Creek. Do you want to know what my mountain name was?
Yes.
Dottie. So we had to pick a fake name so that we'd have a more Canadian Rockies aesthetic to the whole.
Dottie's coming around a mountain when she comes.
Yeah. So and like Chloe said, that was where I was. I was at the Jefferson Boulevard, Bugaboo Creek. I worked there for a few years. I might have served you, Chloe. I don't even know. But if you had Dottie, that was me. They eventually shipped it off. What's that?
Did you get to pick your name, or was it assigned to you like at Hooters?
There was a little
Like a
bin of
ruler.
name tags left over when I got hired. There was like maybe 6 choices left by the time I got, like was there. So it wasn't like any at any given time. And it was interesting too, because like you don't like it takes you a little while to learn a new name, that people are gonna call you refer because that Dottie's not my name. So it
You're
was,
such a Dottie, though. I can
yeah,
see it.
yeah. So like people would be like Dottie, and I would just be like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it takes a little while.
Yeah.
Um,
The leftover Bugaboo Creek is now Dogtopia.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is a very Rhode Island way to describe where something is.
Exactly. Yeah, the old Bugaboo. Yeah, we all know what it is. Yeah, yeah. It was like a Brazilian steakhouse for a hot minute. It's been like it was like almost gonna be a gym. Maybe that building started to change hands a lot. I think in the Bickford's was over there.
Bickford's!
Oh,
Oh my goodness! I used to
Bickford's is
smoke
all over
cigarettes
Rhode
in a
Island.
Bickford's.
If anybody remembers Bickford's, please comment because I just want to remember it with you. Bickford's, you could smoke inside the Bickford's. That's how long ago it was opened. It was like the all-night diner, and there was a smoking section, which was really just the whole restaurant because you can't contain cigarette smokes. Like who
Who were we fooling?
what terrible restaurant design. But that's just how cigarette smoke was. It was just like, oh yeah, this is fun. When I worked at Friendly's, there was a smoking section when I first started there. At Friendly's
Did you have a
restaurant.
Friendly's
They
name?
had like a little glass divide. So they're like, oh, keep the smoking. Like as if like the doorway that was open, the open air doorway, and as it was going to do it. But eventually, that it did change, not being smoking.
Well, they had at Bickford's, I remember a divider that went up, and of course smoke rises and goes above the divider over and down. So
yeah, it was unrealistic. I do remember though there was a waiter that worked there, Chuck, who was just the best waiter ever. And we'd go there a lot late night at college and be there. And I remember when he once put pancakes in front of me, and I was like, whatever. And he was like, "Ooh, you light up like a Christmas tree." And I like remember that moment. But he was like that. He was the waiter that was on the overnights, or it seemed to be on a lot of the overnights that I ended up being down there.
The college student hour, where people either don't tip or are so intoxicated that they tip way too much to make sure that they actually tip.
I tip a bunch because I worked at Friendly's and I worked at Bugaboo. So by the time I was going to Bickford's, I was like very aware of how underpaid any tipped position is. And so anytime now, like for you do that work once, even before that though, I came from a family of good tippers too. So I think we understood the family service industry. Some people like have to like really live it, but when you live it for real, that's when you realize how important it is that even if the service is bad, you need to tip because like it's
even if they actively are awful to me, I just assume that they're having a bad day because having done that.
And if it's great, that's when I tip like even extra. My baseline is 20%, and then it's like more if it's awesome. If they're having a bad day, then it's still 20 because you don't make any money.
Because they don't make any money, and it's not their job.
No,
it's not their job to be nice
it
to
should
us.
be part
It's
of
their
the
job.
restaurant overhead, the restaurant, the admin are making plenty of money. Anyways, but that is Wait, my aunt and uncle met while working at the Creek. I am like so curious if I worked at the Creek while your aunt and uncle met while they were working there.
Did they have a Bugaboo Steakhouse wedding?
Not that old of a place, you know what I mean? It's not like there's only like a certain window that was there.
But also, was it a themed wedding at a Bugaboo Creek Steakhouse? And did they use their Bugaboo names or their?
I think if you get married inside the Bugaboo, the pastor won't let you get married unless you use your Bugaboo name. I don't think.
That's Bugaboo law. That's Bugaboo law.
I would think that would be good. Okay.
It's Bugaboo law.
Baby's all playing on the floor over there. It's a sea cocktail. Yeah. Oh, never mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, leftover versus leftover.
I don't know why this reminds me of this, but the doggy bags. Look at this shit. Leftover and leftover comes after verbs. Leftover comes before the noun it modifies. You know what I learned?
Yeah.
Just use the one word because it's most of the time correct. Use the one word. That's what writingexplained.org told me. It's gonna be the one word most of the time. Split it up if it's funnier. That's basically what they told us.
That's good. That's good.
I have eaten at a Woolworths counter, and I honestly miss it. My mom would take me, and we would sit at the diner. It had, okay, so this was a store, but it had like a short order diner in the store, and it was great. It was the greatest, coolest thing ever.
It is.
You'll see that at literally every Walmart.
I was just thinking, I was like, when Roy put up the 14 years ago, and I was like, I think that's probably when it was, because what year was 14 years ago? So this is 2021. That was then 2006. No, 2000. No, that's not right. I got to write it down.
Do you want to? It's going to take a long time to open my calculator app.
I got a little piece of paper. We got it.
Okay. I wanted this is some close-up views of Jell-O. Again, National Use Up Your Leftover in a Jell-O Salad Week is sometime in, I want to say December or January. I have the recipe saved if anybody wants to know. It is lemon limeade Jell-O that you use. So if anybody wants that, you can Google it or DuckDuckGo it or let me know.
I've been in a Jell-O wrestling tournament. 2007, I did work at Bugaboo Creek. Roy, I worked at Bugaboo Creek. I also get the same map, but I also looked at your answer first, just to be honest. And then but still, yeah. So if you were around at 2007, I was definitely working there. Yeah, because I was in there 2005, 6, and 7, I believe, or 6, 7. Yeah. That was it was okay. It was after I graduated college, I started working there for a little spell before I started working at the radio station. I've had a ton of different jobs.
You got to do what you got to do. You have to make money because the world forces you to make money.
This is a real book you found, isn't it? This is not. This is
a real book. I did look up. It took me a long time. It is a comedy. It is a humor book. Mm-hmm. I spent so many minutes reading the book page for this to make sure that it was a comedy because I genuinely could not tell.
It's real.
That's a nod to the level of satire that we are at. And it's also a nod to the state of the world that satire can so easily be confused. So good job, authors.
Roy, I assume that at some point I served you at Bugaboo Creek and it was probably magical. This is great. Did we now only because I think I'm confusing with the beginning of the show. Did we already play Bagley's theme song?
We have it. I would love to play this theme song for everybody.
We're doing everything out of order. So this is the theme song for the show, everybody.
You can't have you got to do it.
Everything we have is newish mostly. Everything we did was pretty sweet. Everything we have is newish mostly. Everything was done recently.
That originally had someone's name. Somebody said that quote, and I didn't want to attribute it to them because I didn't ask their permission. But thank you, Bagley, who did not say that quote, but who did provide us with that theme song for today.
Yeah, what a perfect theme song for today.
Bagley gives the best earworms. I love it. I love it. I love it.
He really does. So back to our theme song today for Leftovers. So those of you who were around for last week's show, you saw that it was the What the Hell Happened show, and we put together a first ever surprise improv set from that show called Goat CPR. It is on YouTube right now. That's for you. It is on YouTube right now, and it is you can watch it. It's a 22-minute set. This opens with a monologue. It's all these different improv scenes, and the improv scenes. A lot of the improvs, they didn't know anything. They didn't know anything that was going on, what was happening. I gave them a pull, gave them inspiration, told them to make some scenes. So it was a really fun set. You should check it out. It's on YouTube. It's on Pig YouTube page. Short watch.
If you're a student especially, and you haven't been able to get to shows because of the pandemic, or they're sold out because we're
and mind you, we do take students on
all the places that are coming back. We're being responsible. Yeah. What's that? All the places that are coming back
You-
now are being responsible and distancing, so there are fewer spots. So if you need more improv to watch and want to watch a full 22-minute set to watch what people pulled from, you won't necessarily know. It'll be interesting to guess, especially if you're in like a level 1 or a level 2. Highly recommend, and not just because. Yeah.
Totally. It was fun, and it turned out really fun. And so yeah, check that out. And so we decided it was so fun that we're definitely going to do it again. So related to those of you who want to there's still time to volunteer to be on our show. You can email. I'm around now. Oh, she's nursing, but I'm around now at gmail.com, and then you can be on our show right now. But also, if you want to be in the next surprise improv set, we are recording it this coming Monday between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. So if you are around this coming Monday, 10 a.m., 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, email us at imaroundnow@gmail.com. We're going to book you in a time slot. You'll be in the next surprise improv set, which means you will only know the scenes that you are in. You will not know anything else about the set, and then we'll premiere it. Coincidentally, Monday is also LG's birthday. So if you're one of those people that likes to see LG on their birthday, you can come and be in this surprise improv set. Each little booking is going to take under a half hour. We're going to book you in half-hour sets. It'll be even less than that. So if you can commit to a half hour between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I wasn't sure if we're in standard or savings, so I just put Eastern
Savings Time. Yeah, that's right.
And level 2 starts that day, which I do believe that there are still spots in, and that involves a lot of that's game focused. So pulling in how to make funny happen.
Mm-hmm.
Level 2,
level
right?
2, yeah, you can sign up for level 2. And Pig is opening this weekend. Pig is having a grand opening on Saturday. In-person shows are coming back to Pig. And audience, I know you're excited. We're excited. Go see the show. These are actually sold out. So if you don't have your tickets, sorry, you're going to see next shows. But Pig is going to be going every Friday and Saturday night, 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. shows. You can find all that stuff on social media and stuff. And for us, we want to tell our audience we are still going to be providing you some virtual content for as long as we can, because we love doing the shows. Do we sometimes double book ourselves and have to run the show on a Friday? Like, for instance, next week, like we're doing.
Yeah, related. Sure. Yeah, next week we'll be on a Friday. So I need money to survive, so I booked a gig.
Yeah. And you know what? So sometimes we shift the show. Sometimes we cancel it without telling you because we get into a car accident on our daughter's birthday, and we're totally fine with it now. So all those things, anything can happen. So, but we're going to keep bringing you as much virtual content as possible because we love doing the show, and we know you're bored at work, quite frankly.
And again, you know that we support time theft. But again, we Bowler LG recognize that you have to find a way to take the power back and do so responsibly. We are not Pig. We are separate.
That's right. We're separate. We're separate people. We're not even. Yeah. Anyway, so we have something exciting for you. Speaking of leftovers from our Goat CPR set. So I didn't use every single bit of the improv in the Goat CPR set. I actually got one of the teams. We tried a few different ways of curating this video material, and one of the ways, Chloe, who had volunteered, who was around, and we were like, "Okay, Chloe, would you be around later to do some stuff?" Chloe's like, "Oh, I've got rehearsal," and we're like, "You've got rehearsal with improvisers?" And she was like, "Yeah." We're like, would you do a scene? Just send us a scene. We'll give you an inspiration. Text us right before. We'll tell you where we are on the set, what we need you to pull from, whatever. So it was like great. She texts us. The rehearsal puts together some scenes. Now, I'd asked for one scene, right? And the rehearsal sent me five different clips.
Because we're improvisers and we want to help. And we love doing stuff.
So excited. They sent me so much material. Now, I couldn't use it all on the set. Some of it was my editing limitations. So some of it was on me. Some of it was the amount. Some of it was a scheduling issue because I started to finish up editing around 11 a.m. before the show last week. My bad. But I put in a little tiny bit of you'll see it in the Goat CPR. Maybe I shouldn't ruin it, but you'll see it's a tiny little 1-minute clip. Now, this was like, I pulled 30 seconds maybe of what they sent me, of like the 8 minutes of what they sent me. So I had a lot on the cutting room floor. So then I was like, well, what can I do with all this? Leftover show comes up. So I created some art with what didn't get used in the show. I would call this art. I created 3
I
art.
have only seen all of one of them, and that is the only art that I need to sustain myself. Can we just go into this first one? And
Yes.
if you want to say the name of it, or do you want to let people interpret the name for themselves?
No, I think they're gonna just see it. Let's just see it. Let's just see it. People are just gonna love it. Yeah.
Roll that leftover.
Roll that beautiful beat.
Yee! I did actually play that so that when we were running through tech earlier, so that I would have like fun music while you walked away.
So this is they sent me such a huge group game file. It was so it was so long. It was like its own set. It was like so much all inspired, and it was like
and for me really, too, for me as well, really, Jess Harris,
yeah.
seeing them in the same space and seeing them in the new space, because I have my tickets for Friday, but I have not been there yet. So seeing them do improv in that space is very cool. Very cool for me.
Yeah.
They sent you that as a bit?
As a bit. Well, then good, because so then I'm bidding you back all of you then that's great. Then I'm glad I did this. So then I pulled something else too, because there was more footage in there. There was so much footage. There was actually one clip that was literally just Chloe explaining to them what they had to do. And they sent me that. These jerks sent me that. And I was like, are you serious? I'm editing this at 3 a.m. I'm listening to this garbage. I was so mad, but I wasn't really mad. They're all my friends. I love them all. But so I dished that one child. But let me pull up this other little gem that I had that I saved from the cutting room floor. This is I love Homali, and Homali gave us this beautiful piece of art, and I just added to it. Let's see, let's check it out.
It's inspirational, you know. I was sleeping one day and then boom, it just came to me.
Boom, it just came to me.
Just came. It was great. It was A+ dialogue. It was that's exactly right, Jess Harris. You're exactly right.
I love you, Molly.
Aww. Yeah, really do. And then the sort of piece de resistance, if you would, that is French for the best part, my favorite. Everyone, I think a lot of people who know me know that Matt Pena is one of my favorites.
Same.
And being one of my favorite people, I'm going to focus in on what he brings. And now this is what he did. He gave a little donated piece of art to the camera when I don't think anybody really knew that it was happening, because it was actually behind that original Homali clip. So on the Homali clip, there was like a little bit to the side that I don't think people realized that he was doing, that it was like still rolling. So I, zoomed in on the video and isolated just him. So it's a little grainy, but you've got to see it. This video is why I did all the other videos, because I was so inspired. And you're gonna see it. It's normal speed, and then I slowed it down and I speeded it and just play it. It was beautiful.
The payoff. Honestly, to all of you, yes, but
it worked all 3 speeds. It was just the best. I loved it. So that is a good leftover chunk. It is a good group, and that's an indie teen that is coming to the stage live Pig Theater, because it's coming back, and we're so excited. I'm so excited. I'm getting back on stage Saturday. I'm on the opening night. Not the 7 p.m. slot, but I'm in the 9 p.m. group, and I can't wait to get back on stage. I'm going to just put so much improv on
a team name?
Do you have a team name yet? We do have a team name now. We do. We finally do. I think it's okay to say because it's coming out.
I don't want to get you in trouble.
You know, it's City Babes. That's the name of our team. It's so. Justin made this amazing logo to go with it too. It's like when you see the logo, it's like it all comes together. It's great. I'm so excited. Yes, Jess, I know. Jess is in Florida. One of our fans from Florida. That's how big this show is, everybody. That's how big the show is.
Wait, I think was Jess in a secret sketch?
Yes.
Oh, hi, Jess.
Within the last secret sketch, Jess was on that tour guide team with Tina.
Yes. Oh, so cool. Okay, so I mean, that's we also do virtual content for people who live in Florida.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Okay, so we've now got all of that, but the oh yeah, next week we already said about the Friday. Yeah. So now the only thing is that we need a player for our last game. So if anybody is willing to jump on, we need one more player. You can even comment. We will send you the show link. We'll find your email. We have basically one on the show right now. We have your emails. We have all your emails. Don't think we won't send you the link. But come let us know if you'll jump on this last game. The last game, let me explain it to you so you understand. It's called the Rapture.
This is the teaser to get you interested in the game.
And a moose boosh, if you would. It is we wish you could play. It's okay. We're gonna find someone. I feel it. So what we're gonna play is we're gonna play a little trivia game in which you're going to tell us, are these quotes from the Rapture, the Blondie song, the Rapture has in biblical verses, or Rapture has in our prepping show conversation we had at 3 a.m. between LG and I. So we have quotes pulled from all three sources, and you are going to guess where those quotes come from. And then we're going to do a little scene inspired by one of those quotes. That's what we're asking you to play. So if you want to jump on, you can. I'm going to give it a few more minutes just in case.
Even a few more minutes. While we're doing that, I can talk you through this. This is a real movie poster. Part of it is. The part with Nicolas Cage and the end times is real. Everybody remembers the Left Behind book series and movies with the guy with Kirk, the anti-vaxxer from Growing Pains. He got recast in the Left Behind films by Nicolas Cage. So that's why this is our poster for the game, because Nicolas Cage was recast because somebody was being too ridiculous.
Nicolas Cage.
Just putting that one out there. Kirk Cameron. Yes. Thank you, Chloe. Kirk Cameron. That's who he replaced, was Kirk Cameron. Also down there, you can see that I have been raptured. It looks like I've been raptured. A person with a Don't Poke the Bear shirt, some Bruins boxers, a Topo Chico sock, and a pig hat with a Duncan has been raptured. So it's either me or Ben Affleck who is wearing the... Any chance I get to point out that we have the same shirt and basically the same wardrobe, I will.
Okay, so audience, we are switching streams. We're going to play this game with you. LG and I are going to pull up a quote onto the banners. You are going to guess whether it's from the Blondie song Rapture, from the Bible, or from our own conversation. So
Bible adjacent. Bible adjacent.
Yeah, actually, in all fairness, I didn't pull it from Bible. I actually Google searched Rapture quotes, end of time quotes, and then Pinterest came up, and I found a Pinterest board of someone who had curated the most inspirational quotes surrounding the end times, and I pulled from there. So I don't know if they are from the Bible, but I do know that they're from Pinterest, and this person believes they're from the Bible, and that's enough for me.
That's enough for me. And let's start with one that could be from that Pinterest board, could be from the Bible, could be from the song Rapture by Blondie.
Yeah.
Now let's try that. Okay, so
and it lands on the ground.
As like a recitation. and it lands on the ground. Could be fire, could be brimstone.
It could be a sword,
good,
could be
could be
seventh trumpet.
Seventh trumpet. Speaking of leftovers, we had Brad in the set, in the surprise set, kind of called the apocalypse and made some really quality like Seventh Seal jokes. So I hope he watches this replay. We have a guess. Roy, it's almost unfair to say that because yeah, Blondie, we had some people thought that we said this. It was Blondie.
It was Blondie. That was a Blondie quote. That was a Blondie quote.
I say it's unfair because it's such a good song.
Yeah.
Okay. How about what's this one?
Yeah. Would this be from our convo, from the Bible, from that Pinterest Bible board, or from Blondie?
Yeah, now if we try to sing it, we can't actually try to sing any of these because if it is the correct one, our voices are so good we'll get taken down.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Age is absolutely good.
Especially when it comes to trivia knowledge.
Do you know how many times I've explained the differences between the I was gonna make a Bush administration joke, and I'm like, I was 4 for the first Bush administration. Don't know how much I internalized of that. Convo.
It's convo, and then I saw Chloe's. This is absolutely, you're absolutely right, Chloe. I did say this. What's more left over than sinners after him? It made sense with the show theme. I think it made sense with the show theme.
And might I say that some leftovers taste better the next day? So
exactly. Yeah. What about this one? Well, is this one from Blondie's song, from the Bible, from a Rihanna song, from our conversation?
Remember, it was 3 a.m. and both of us have totally normal, typical, acceptable sleep-wake cycles.
Very, very. I have a very great sleep schedule right now.
We are
1-year-old. Sleep schedules are very good.
Neurotypical with no infants, both of us. I have this in my head right now, so I'm just gonna say it that this is from Rihanna. No,
like a beat. I can't sing. I'm sorry. It's gonna be bad. But it is biblical. Well, at least it's from Pinterest. Again, I'm not really sure.
I think Jess gets half points for this too because we did sing Rihanna afterwards when we figured that out.
We did.
Okay, yeah. He will come like a thief in the night.
Well, I think we're gonna end our show with a scene. Let's pull up one more.
Wait. Can I do one more?
Yeah, I want to do one more quote, and that's when we'll start our scene. And this time, no one will cross him. So, folks, we're gonna let you guess who said this, and then we're gonna start our scene based on this quote, I think. Pentacle. I know this is Pinterest Bible. That's the combo word of Pinterest Bible. I know what's happening here.
I wish, Chloe, that we had come up with this.
Yeah.
I wish.
No, apparently it's Pinterest Bible, Chloe. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. Like, we didn't know. I'll show you.
I don't know how self-aware they are. Is it a joke? Is it a pun? Are they allowed to make those puns? I take I've got to get on Pinterest.
I think it's called a callback.
After 3 days, you let it rest. You let it rest.
I think it's called a callback. Yeah. Okay, so let's start our scene with this, right? And this time, no one will cross him. And we'll do the scene, we'll wrap it up, and then we'll wrap up our show.
That sounds great.
Okay, so audience, for this scene, give us a place to be. Where are we? Obviously, we're not in our separate spaces. That would be ridiculous. Where are we together, audience? And then we're going to start that scene with, and this time, no one will cross him.
I'm again getting both of our shirts in the shot. Oh yeah, that was the thing that we had said was that calling it a bathroom is much better than a toilet.
Yes,
So
it is called. Yeah, it's
just remember that.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Walgreens, there it is. We're out of Walgreens. Perfect. Okay. You know, and this time, no one will cross in front of him because he set up a whole fort in that aisle.
Yeah, I mean, it's restocking is not a joke. Okay, we've got to turn over the whole store, and he's building a fort out of the restock items.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I understand it's an overnight shift. You know what I mean? It's like, I think we got to approach him, but I think we got to approach him on his terms. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, like go into the fort or
make a bigger fort. I think we got to make a bigger fortress to show him that we are alpha fort builders.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Because he's not listening to any of the, I mean, authority that I clearly, as an overnight assistant manager, should have.
Right. Exactly.
We win more flies with honey than
intimidation. This is what I'm thinking. I think we built our fort in the frozen food / refrigerated section. We've got that whole aisle. It's the widest aisle we have because it has to have the room for the doors opening. We have climate control.
He's going to have to come to our fort.
And we've got a direct line to the photo section. And that's where they keep the chemicals. I'm not saying it's going to get to that. I'm not saying it's going to get, that's not what I'm saying it's going to get to. I'm not saying it's going to get to that.
I need you to know that even though I am an assistant manager, I can still be written up and I cannot be written up.
I'm just thinking a few steps ahead. If you ever play chess, you think a few steps ahead. I'm thinking a few steps ahead. We've got to create clear line to the photo booth and what's behind us? Pharmacy.
What's behind us?
Pharmacy. He's wasting his time in the makeup section making his fort. You don't have any clear access. Sure, he can leave the store more easily, but we've got the loading docks. Listen to me. This is a great plan. Think about the Walgreens, right? Think about the floor layout. You come in the store, you see his fort, you see it small, and then you look up. What's that peeking above the frozen food aisle? What's that? Our fort.
We need a flag. How is he gonna? We need something above. Just like, you know, hey, we're here. We don't want to talk a performance review. We don't want to. We just want to talk. We just want to talk. Me and my emotional support employee want to talk to you.
That's it. Get a flag. We'll lower our drawbridge. That's hard to. We'll lower our drawbridge.
Hey, what's that thing that you put in your ears and you use to listen to heartbeats and stuff?
It's a stethoscope. And also this morning I tried to say to Bagley a Mitsubishi, and I can't say that word. That's our show, everybody. Listen, thank you so much for joining us. I want to just, before we go, I want to plug a couple more, just last minute things. If you're around Monday, email us at imaroundnow@gmail.com. You could be on our surprise improv set. It's LG's birthday. Join us. You're just going to take a half hour of your time maximum. And we're going to play that surprise improv set next Friday when we have our Who's Around show. We're going to be half live and then half playing the set.
And that'll be Friday, not Thursday, because I'm double booked.
That's right. Pig opens this weekend. The shows this weekend are sold out, but next weekend they're still selling tickets. You can come see us live. We'll be back doing virtual for as long as we can. And until Pig probably says, please stop. I don't know what's going to happen, but they might not. It's going to be great. And
we love it for both disability rights access and for variety of programming and also for our mental health.
And stay-at-home parent access, too. This is great. I don't always have childcare, and I love that I can bring my daughter to work. She's sleeping right now. And that's it. And check out our set. The GOAT CPR set. We love all of you. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Who's around right now, baby, right now? Do an improv, baby, right now. Who's around right now, now.